Hello students. So today we are going to start the male reproductive system. Okay, that is the subtopic of chapter 3, human reproductive system. That is of class 12 syllabus. So before going to start the male reproductive system, I had already drawn the diagram of the male reproductive system. You can see here. So before describing about this structure, first of all let me tell you about the location of the male reproductive system. Understood? So first of all we will discuss about the location of male reproductive system. So male reproductive system is present in the pelvic region of our body. Where it is present? In the pelvic region of our body. So what do you mean by the pelvic region, or where it is? The waist portion, or you can say the hip girdle region, that is called as the pelvic region of our body. Okay, so the waist portion or the abdominal region, you can say, that is a pelvic region. There only the male reproductive system is located. Okay, so now let us discuss about the structure of the male reproductive system. So you can see here two beam separate structures are present, so that is called as a kidney. This is the kidney. Okay, now from the kidney, these are the ureters that are rising from the kidney, which carry the urine. Okay, and this large sac like structure that you are seeing is the urinary bladder. This is the urinary bladder. Okay, now this structure you are seeing, the duct, that is known as vas deferens. This structure is known as vas deferens. Okay, and here you can see the large oval like structure that is called as the testes. This is known as testes. Okay, understood? Next, from the testes you can see here the head region or the top region, there is a region known as epididymis. This is called epididymis. Okay, now next, after that you can see this structure. This is known as your seminal vesicle. This is called seminal vesicle. Okay, understood? Now next I will describe about all these structures. Now this is your prostate gland. This is prostate gland. Okay, and this structure is known as Cowper's gland. Or it is also known as bulbourethral gland, or it is also known as bulbourethral gland. Okay, and next, this is the penis, and this thin tube-like structure present inside the penis, that is known as urethra. This is known as urethra. And at last you can see sac-like structure is present, which is enclosing the testes, that is known as scrotum, or you can say scrotal sac, or you can say scrotal sac. So you can look at this. I have marked or labeled all the structures. Okay. So now let us discuss about all the structures individually. Okay. Now after the location, we can come to know the various parts of the male reproductive system. Generally, the male reproductive system is divided into four main parts. So what are they? Parts of male reproductive system. So the first part we can see is the testes, which occur in pairs. Which occur in pairs. Okay. Next we can see some ducts are present. Some ducts are present. They are known as male accessory ducts. They are known as male accessory ducts. Okay. Next we can see that is urethra. And number 4 is some glands are present, so they are known as the male accessory glands. So in total the male reproductive system can be divided into 4 categories. Okay, so that is the testes, the next which occur in pairs, the next is the male accessory duct, okay, and next is urethra, and at last is the male accessory glands. Understood? So now have you taken a screenshot of this so that I can drop this? Okay. Okay. So let us discuss about our first topic, that is the testes. Okay, so testis is the plural form, okay, and singular it is called as testes. This is the singular form. Understood? Okay. Now testes is located in the pelvic region, or you can say that the most important thing is that the testis development takes place during the embryonic stage only, when the fetus is present inside the uterus or inside the womb of the mother. At that time only the testis is formed. So during the embryonic stage, testis is formed in the abdominal cavity. So during the embryonic stage, the testis is formed in the abdominal cavity. But when or during the time of birth, a short time before the birth, the testis descend down through the inguinal canal into the scrotal sac. Okay. So short before the birth, testes descend through the inguinal canal. This is very important. Through the inguinal canal into the scrotal sac. Now what do you mean by the scrotal sac? I had already discussed in the previous structure, that is a male reproductive system. The testes were enclosed in a loose fold of skin. Scrotal sac is a loose fold of skin which is present outside the abdominal cavity. Which is present outside the abdominal cavity. So inside the scrotal sac only the testes are present. Okay. Now what is the need of the descending down of testes from the abdominal cavity into the scrotal sac? Why it cannot be present inside the abdominal cavity? There is a reason. What is that? The reason is Our body's normal temperature is around 37 degrees Celsius. So at that temperature the sperm formation cannot take place. At that temperature the sperm formation cannot take place. So the testes had to descend down through the inguinal canal into the scrotal sac. So the testes had to descend down from the abdominal cavity into the scrotal sac so that the temperature can get 2 to 3 degrees Celsius lower. Okay, टेस्टिस एब्डोमिनल कैविटी से इंग्विनल कैनल तक, इंग्विनल कैनल से क्रॉस करके स्क्रोटल सैक तक इसलिए आता है ताकि उसका टेम्परेचर उसको जो मिले वो 2 to 3 डिग्री सेल्सियस कम मिले. ओके, सो द रीजन इज बिकॉज द टेस्टिस undergo spermatogenesis. Testes undergo spermatogenesis. What do you mean by this spermatogenesis? Spermatogenesis is the process of formation of sperm. Process of sperm formation. So the testes undergo spermatogenesis at 2 to 3 degrees Celsius lower than our body temperature. Than our body temperature. That is, you can say at 35 degrees Celsius. Okay. So since they need a temperature of around 35 degrees Celsius, which is 2 to 3 degrees Celsius lower than our body temperature, so they descend down through the inguinal canal into the scrotal sac for the formation of the sperms. For the formation of the sperms. Okay. So you can note it down. So now, along with the testes, some blood vessels, nerves and conducting tubes also descend down. Okay. And all together they are enclosed in a structure that is known as the spermatic cord. That is known as spermatic cord, which is formed of muscles and connective tissues. Which is formed of muscle and connective tissue. This is very important. You should remember it. Okay. So note it down. So now let us discuss about the LS of testes. Okay. So now let us discuss about the LS of testes. So you see, this is the oval structure of testes. Okay. So this is the LS of testes. Okay. So drawn. Now next you see I am labeling it. Now you can see the testis is having an oval structure. The testis is having a oval structure. Okay, and it is known as the male sex organ, or you can say male gonad. Sex organ is also known as gonads. Male gonad. And the main function of testes is to form the sperms. Okay, the main function of testes is to form sperms, as well as it also releases a hormone that is known as the male sex hormone called testosterone. Okay, it also releases testosterone. It also releases testosterone, that is a male sex hormone, which is responsible for the secondary sexual characters in male. Which is responsible for the secondary sexual characters in male. Okay. Now, in this structure, we can find out this is whole structure that is called as a testes. Okay. Okay. So now you can see this is the LS of testes. Okay. So in case of LS of testes, you can see this is the oval structure of testes. Testis is oval in structure, and here there are many compartments. There are many compartments which are particularly known as testicular lobules. Okay, and how many they are present? Around 250. Around 250 testicular lobules are present. Next, inside the compartments there are highly coiled structures. They are known as seminiferous tubules. Highly long coiled structures or tubules, they are known as seminiferous tubules, which are responsible for the formation of the sperms. Okay. Now the seminiferous tubules is surrounded by neighboring cells. They are known as Leydig cells and some connective tissue. The seminiferous tubules are surrounded by the neighboring cells known as Leydig cells and connective tissue. Now these cells' function is to produce testosterone. I had already told that the testes is responsible for the production of sperms also, as well as the production of male sex hormone, that is testosterone. So the sperms are produced by the seminiferous tubules and the hormone testosterone is produced by the Leydig cells. The hormone testosterone is produced by the Leydig cells. Okay. Now all the compartments or all the seminiferous tubules, they end at a certain region that is known as rete testes. They end at a certain region forming small tubes called as rete testes. Okay, and from the rete testes again small fine tubules arises. They are known as vasa efferentia. Okay, which carry the formed sperms, which carry the immature sperms that are formed by the seminiferous tubules from the testes region, that is from the tubules, into the epididymis. This is the epididymis. Okay, the upper region of this testes, that is known as the epididymis, where the sperms get mature, maturity. Okay, and they become motile also, so that they can move. Okay, and from this epididymis the sperms flow due to the motility, and from here they move through this vas deferens, and from here they move through this vas deferens tube-like structure into the urethra, from where it is ejected out. Okay, so understood that testes is oval structure which contains many compartments, that is around 250, and each compartment contains seminiferous tubules which are responsible for the formation of the sperms. and these sperms after their formation enter into the retitestis region. From the retitestis region they enter through this vasa efferentia to this epididymis region, where they get nutrition and they get mature and motile, and they become motile, and after they gain motility they move from the epididymis region into this vas deferens, from where it enters into the urethra, and through the urethra they reject it out. So this is the whole structure, or you can say LS of the testes. Okay, now we will discuss about the TS of testes. TS of testes. So first of all, draw this quickly. Okay. So now let us go to the TS of testes. From this structure you can know what are these dots that I am doing. These are the nucleus. Okay, so this is the TS of testes. This is the TS of testes. Okay, so TS of testes contains many compartments, and I had said that inside the compartments what are present? Seminiferous tubules. So this is a seminiferous tubule. This is a seminiferous tubule. Now, inside the seminiferous tubule, there are certain cells you can see here at the border region, at the peripheral region. They are known as spermatogonia. They are known as spermatogonia, or you can say that sperm mother cells. Okay, from where the sperms are produced. Spermatogonia, and this membrane is known as basal lamina. This membrane is called basal lamina. Now you see, in between the spermatogonia cells, certain elongated cells are present. So these cells are known as Sertoli cells. These cells are known as Sertoli cells, which are responsible for providing nutrition to the germs. Providing nutrition to sperms. And spermatogonia forms the, or you can say, sperm mother cells. These are sperm mother cells. Okay, now this spermatogonia will form the spermatozoa. They will form spermatozoa, or which we call it as sperms. Okay, the spermatogonia, they will divide and divide by meiosis, and mitotic divisions, and they will produce the spermatozoa or sperms. Understood? And in between the Sertoli, that is the spermatogonia, there are certain cells, they are known as the Sertoli cells, which provide nutrition to the sperms. Okay? And in between two seminiferous tubules, there are certain cells or neighboring cells. I have already said they are known as Leydig cells. Which produce the male sex hormone, that is the testosterone. Called testosterone. The other name of Leydig cells is also known as interstitial cells. It is also known as interstitial cells. इसको हम लोग interstitial cells भी बोलते हैं. ठीक है? So this is the whole TS of your testes. You can note it down, and I had already said about the functions of each and every level. Okay? So this video is up to the TS of testes, means up to testes I have discussed, and in the second part of this male reproductive system I will discuss about the remaining three parts, that is the male accessory ducts, male accessory glands, and about the urethra. Okay, so thank you.